Once again, back is the incredible.
Got no time to waste, I'm starting the song right here. A minute 17, really ain't long to spit. So I'ma keep the flow, listen right up, it's clear.
So I am dual recording right now. Recording on my phone, live on TikTok, and on YouTube, my channel Amish Fitness. And it's the start of a new thing that I'm doing where I'm combining my channels. That way you can get some of this info from longer videos, and then you can also get some of this info from shorter videos, because you only get 1 minute on TikTok and you really can't explain things in depth at all. So people either accidentally misconstrue what I'm saying. They say, well, you know, this doesn't mean, or they intentionally misinterpret what I'm saying. Either way, if I go into more detail on these videos than I do the short videos, you're getting both of them. So you really have no excuse to not understand what I'm saying. So this is the start of my new YouTube channel. I've had it going for a while with fitness and everything, but I'm going to tie it in to other things that have to do with men, as far as dating, marriage, getting along with other guys, what you're supposed to be doing in life, things like that, to help you guys grow so that you guys get better in life. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the whole purpose of my channel, to help you guys get out of your own way and fix your situations. So that's what I'm trying to do. So like I said before, combine the channels. So now I'm live streaming on here. Also have it on YouTube, Amish Fitness. There you go. You can't miss out now. I'm on Instagram, Amish Fitness. I'm on here, Amish Wisdom. So there you go. And as far as the Amish thing goes, I'm not Amish, but people kept saying that I looked Amish, so I just went with it. It was a joke. It was funny. So I just kind of rolled with it. Drinking some coffee out of my horn mug, because Viking. That's why. But I'm glad you guys are here. Let's get started. I want to talk about a few things today as far as what it is to be a man. And I'm going to tie these different stories in each video. I really want to get into like TV shows that are out right now, because most TV shows are garbage. And if you'll notice, they all kind of tell on themselves if you know what to look for. Like my wife has started watching Marriage or Mortgage, and I actually think that's a pretty good show, because it shows you what's important to women as opposed to what's important to men, and it also shows you the dynamic of why these people are in this situation. And then she's also been watching Married at First Sight, which is probably one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen in my life. It's terrible. It's worse than The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. It's worse. And you're about to get some a hot season this year of The Bachelor, because you got a certain ethnic sir that's going to be in that video or in that TV show, and that's going to cause all kinds of fake stir. And then also, he's probably going to deal with these women a little bit differently, because he's not going to be nice. And then you're also going to have the fact of if he picks a non-ethnic female to date, you know them sisters going to go up in arms about it. So that's going to be kind of hot. I'm waiting for the wife to start watching that, where I can be in the background going, ha, gay, the whole time it's going on. But Marriage and Mortgage is a pretty interesting show. You got these over 30s women that never could find a man, and now they're helping other women start their lives. It's kind of like we successed ourselves out of a relationship to the point to where now we're going to help other people do it. You know what I mean? But as far as my channel goes, it has a lot to deal with just being a man. And people say, well, why do you need to help dudes be a man? Why would you need to do that? Boys nowadays don't know how to be men. They don't. Because they've been lied to their entire lives. If you look at the way boys are raised nowadays, they're raised almost 90% by females. A female doesn't know how to be a man. They just know how to be malfunctioning women. And by malfunctioning women, I mean a man. If a man acts like a woman, he is a malfunctioning woman. He can't do it. The most dangerous thing you can do to a man is teach him to be a woman. Can you imagine a boy that acts like a woman? Overly emotional, aggressive, prone to outburst. Does that sound like any kind of certain boys that you have seen in the news doing certain things with certain projectiles? Oh yeah, and women also take more antidepressants than men. So then you have these boys with no fathers in their lives at all on antidepressants acting like zombies. What does that lead to? Violence. But anyway, what I like to talk about every day in here is how to be a man, how to help yourselves, how to grow, how to build a tribe. By building a tribe, I mean how to build a group of trusted men around you. Used to be called a friend group. Now we don't do that anymore because guys don't know how to talk to other men. They don't. And let's get these questions here. So, do you want women to be emotional or zombies? I want women to be women. I want them to act like women. I don't want them to act like men. I don't want to sleep with my bro. I don't want you to be masculine. I want you to focus on your strengths. That's what I tell boys and men. Focus on your strengths. And I can go into a lot of detail about that, but here's another follow-up question. How does a woman act? Feminine. Done. Feminine. That's her most powerful asset. Femininity. It's powerful. It's not weak, guys. It's powerful. Why are you throwing it to the side and acting like a disgusting man? Men are disgusting. We don't apologize for it. We don't. But when a woman starts acting like a dude, you got some problems. Then you end up over 30, unwed, 3 kids in tow, and then you're talking about things like, I know my value. Yeah, it's down here. It's down. If you knew it, you know it's down here. You got 100,000 miles on an odometer with 3 kids behind you. That's a $5,000 used car all day. But what I want people to focus on, what I want men to focus on is their masculine strength. And women on their feminine strength. I don't care if you do it, but if you would, it'd be better. Why do all women have to act the same? They don't have to. But have you seen the ones that don't act feminine? And I'm not saying the same. I don't know why you guys have to talk such binary terms, black and white. There's this whole only Siths deal in absolutes. You know what I mean? Only Siths deal in absolutes. There's this whole gray area in there. But if women don't focus on their true strength or femininity, they're just malfunctioning men. Do you think it's weird if a guy still got their V card at 20? Yes, but I will tell you, since 2008, it has skyrocketed. Where guys between 18 and 30 still have their V card. Skyrocketed since 2008. Why do you think that is? Guys are opting out. They're opting out of the whole garbage. And it's a sad thing. But they're opting out of the whole garbage. They just don't want to deal with it. They look at the women that's on the market and they say, no thanks. And they also combine that with no social skills, no game, no fathers in the picture, nobody to show them how to be a man. That's a loser all day long. That's a loser playing video games, eating hot Cheetos, calling his doctor, wondering why his thing's orange all day. What do you consider powerful femininity? Well, what do you consider femininity? Take what you consider femininity and push that to the max. Because I always tell guys, be the best version of yourself. Just like Richard Cooper says, be the best version of yourself. That's what you need to be. So concentrate on your strengths. What would you consider feminine? Well, an hourglass figure. And I mean, hygiene, taking care of yourself, beautification, all the things that the guys look for when they're looking for a long-term mate. That's what they're looking for. Their brain is automatically telling them, childbearing hips. I want a girl that's feminine, doesn't give me a hard time. Can she please me where it counts? I want somebody that's nice to me and somebody that doesn't get away with my goals. What personal traits are feminine, not just physical? That's a good question. I would probably myself consider someone who is supportive of the man's goals. Like, she's going to have to be somebody that doesn't constantly nag and cause fights for no reason. Thanks. No thank you. You're a high value guy? No thank you. These high value men that all women want to date, like, women are taught to go after the top 10%. They don't realize that that's what they're doing, but they're taught to go after the top 10%. You can't date them. Not all you women can date them. Some of y'all are going to have to settle. You can't all date LeBron James. Sorry. He's not dating y'all. That's something that you'll have to understand. So, there it is. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about that. But I'll talk about masculinity for a second. As far as what is powerful masculinity, there was a guy, Jack Donovan. Jack Donovan, that's who it was. He wrote several books talking about what would be good subjects for masculinity, because we have lost the definite definition for masculinity. People can literally just liquefy masculinity into whatever fits their narrative. That's where we lost it. So he went back and did a lot of research, and he said, well, these virtues of a man, I think, may help a lot of dudes. And it was like strength, mastery, courage, and there was another one that I can't remember. But basically, if you concentrate on your health, you concentrate on upping your resources, networking, strength, and you have a strong brotherhood around you, that's the essence of a high value man nowadays. That's the guys that's making all the money, that's living their best life. And if you take that and put that in a regular man and make him that way, he has no choice but to become high value. You're telling me somebody that is strong, has courage, doesn't, not afraid to fail, gets his money up, gets his resources and connections up, has a good group of friends around him that support him and build him up because everybody brings something to the table different. You're telling me that guy is going to fail? Yeah. But you telling me that guy's going to give up? Nope. He's going to take failure on the chin and be like, oh, I learned from it. Learn from it. Time to keep going. Nurturing and soft-hearted. That's a good one. I like that. Nurturing and soft-hearted, because women have the natural incline to be nurturing anyway. They have it there. You have a lot of women that don't know how to access it or don't want to access it for whatever reason. But for the main part, yeah, soft and nurturing. That's a strength. You think dudes can be nurturing all the time? No. Now, statistically speaking, though, you have to have both. You have to have both parents in the household, and we don't. Like, it is just a landslide fall having single mothers raising, or I should say fatherless homes raising kids. Women don't make better parents than men. That's just all there is to it. The reason being is because, especially in a boy situation, they don't know how to be men. They don't. And so you can argue with me all you want. You can get upset about that, but you need to look at the statistics. Because if you look at the situation right now, we're living in that very situation. And look at men. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Advice for a young man raised by a single mother. Well, it really depends on the age. It's really going to depend on the age. But I would say you need a mentor. You need someone in your life to be that strong father figure that can show you the ropes. Okay, you need to vet him. You need to learn how to be a man. And you need to find that mentor. Okay? Then you need to learn basic things. You need to learn basic things that men should know how to do. Changing tire, change your oil, doing your taxes, learn a second language, how to dress yourself stylishly for yourself, not just your standard cargo shorts and t-shirt, fitted clothing to your body. Okay? Then you need to get your money up, resources up, get your debt free, all those situations, work out, be healthy, and there you go. Don't concentrate on women, okay? If you're not 30 years old, you don't have a reason to worry about no woman, okay? You haven't done anything. Unless you're that top 10% that's 20-year-old millionaire, if you don't have thousands of dollars liquid assets, if you don't have some kind of great career that you've just smashed, you got no business dating. Okay? Date casually, nothing long term. Figure women out. In the meantime, nothing long term. Let me go back through these questions real quick. So you think it's bad when girls are raised by only men and without mothers? I think that you need both. I think you need both. Now, you can look statistically, usually they fare a little bit better with a dad. But that's just, to me, it'd be because he scared off all the boys. But you need both. You need a strong female to show her femininity, and then you need a strong male to show her what to look for in a man. Not somebody that just gives her everything she wants. He's the best daddy in the world. You know, he's always been there for me. No, he's enabling you. He enables you by doing things for you that a man should be doing in your life. If a girl didn't have a mother, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, they can do without. They can do without. But basically, the dad's going to have to be really good at showing her femininity, and it's going to be tough because a lot of times what I've seen is if you're a dad with a girl, what do you do to them? You raise them like a tomboy. You raise them like a son you didn't have. But that's what it boils down to. I mean, I have seen it so many times. They raise them like tomboys. It's hilarious. They teach them how to hunt, how to go fishing, how to change your oil. Hey, I'm a girl, but I can do all these things. Great, but I don't want to sleep with my bro. It doesn't help you find a man. It doesn't. It's great that you know it. It's great. It's awesome. But if you can't do those things too, it don't matter. It really don't. It really don't. But I am glad that you're all here. And this is going to be the start to a new kind of channel where I'm going to move it to YouTube as well. I'm going to try to do these once a week. Now, if you guys, I know a lot of you guys have been trying to set up conference calls with me and stuff, because I do the online consulting things where I try to help people. And I need to know the whole background story to do it. Like, I can't learn anything from messaging. I need you to describe to me the whole background. But I haven't had time. I haven't had time to do it. I've been setting this up. I've been getting my office started, trying to get it ready. I mean, sorry if I missed your guys' calls and couldn't do them. But it'll come back. I'll get back to it. Can a boxing coach count as a mentor? Well, look at Rocky. I know it's a fictional character, but look at Rocky. I think if you spend that much time with a guy and he's a good influence on you, I think you can. I think you can. So I'd start somewhere like that. But I'd also look at how he is with women, because he may be a really good boxing coach that lets his wife run over him. So just look at that dynamic. But as far as the man stuff, he may be a great mentor for you. I mean, he's there pushing you all the time. So you might want to lean on him a little bit. But I think that we really need to concentrate on how we're raising our generations, because we're not going to stop what's going on. You're not going to stop what's going on. This is 4 or 5 generations in since the liberation in the 60s. You're not going to stop it. It's going to have to stop under its own, it's going to have to fall under its own weight. That's the only way that you get rid of that. So in the meantime, you have to concentrate on your own household, your own castle, raising people the right way to be better. And a prime example that I'll show you guys, is one thing boys need to learn how to do is fail. Fail. Constantly fail. And keep going. We set up so much pressure on kids through school to get things right the first time. How many times in life have you been on a job and you got something wrong and you weren't able to redo it? How many times? Very few. So why do we have school systems set up where you take a test and fail it the first time? At a desk, sitting down, doing something you'll never do in real life. You set kids up to not be able to think outside the box and fix things. You have them just sitting there taking this test with all this pressure, and they fail it. Okay, well, that's over. You failed it. No. In real life, you get to redo things. When I'm at my job, if you mess something up, oh well, fix it. And you get time to look over something that you're doing and alter it beforehand. And when something goes wrong, there's nothing you can do about it. So we'll fix it later, or we'll fix it tomorrow. That's real life. It's not the whole, if we don't do this right the first time, that's it. We can't do it again. That's not it. So we need to teach people that it's okay to fail. And like I went off topic, but whenever I talk to my kids, the younger one wants to play video games with the older one. He's going to want to all the time. He wants to be just like the older brother. And the older brother is an a-hole to him constantly, because there's a little bit of an age gap and he's a boy. Boys are a-holes. That's just what it is. So when they're wanting to play video games, he can't play as good as the older one. Duh. So whenever he dies, he gets real upset in the game. He gets real upset. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm the type of parent that sits back and goes, try it again. Try it again. All right, you died. Try it again. One more time. Try it again. And before you know it, they did it. They did it. That's real life. You struggle and you overcome. Do you think that I got the way that I look by just showing up to the gym, hitting the keypad, going in there, sitting down for an hour and leaving? Do you think that I got the way that I look by driving by the gym? Oh, there it is. I don't have to go now. No. It was trial and error over and over and over. You got to get your diet right. You got to get the workout that works for you. Okay, this workout don't work anymore. I've got to change my workout. I mean, jobs change. You got to work your workouts around your schedule. Okay, I got this emergency coming up. Am I going to be able to go to the gym? Am I going to be able to do this stuff at home? Like, you got to be able to work outside the box. And we're not teaching the kids any kind of critical thinking skills so they grow up to be malfunctioning boys. They don't know how to act. And so that's why I try to teach the kids, both of them are boys, to grow up strong-willed, strong-minded, and able to think outside the box and correct mistakes. You know what I mean? And there's another situation. There's a story that I'll tell you guys where this man took his son with him to the feed store. Okay, that's where, if you city guys, that's where you go to get feed and seed for your farm. Okay, this is an old story. That's why the situation it is. Takes him with him, puts him in a truck. They drive the feed store. When he gets there, the owner comes out. He's like, "Hey man, here's your seed," all that kind of stuff. They got to load it in the back of the truck. Okay, the boy's like 10 years old. He's, not really big. They start loading the seed on the back of the truck. Well, the boy wants to help. Every time I'm doing something, the kids are up my butt wanting to do it too. Sometimes they can't. I had to say, "Hey buddy, you can't do this." And sometimes I'm like, "Okay, get on in here with your bad self. Get on in here. Try it." And so anyway, they're loading the seed on the back of the truck, and they get to the last bag, and these are kind of heavy bags. And he says, "All right, son, load that on there." And so he starts talking to the owner. The owner notices the boy struggling, and he says, "Are you sure he's going to be able to do that?" He said, "He's got it. He's got it." The boy's struggling hard at this point. He's doing everything he can. He finally gets it on the tailgate, and he said, "All right, Dad." He said, "No, that's not what I said. I want you to get it in the truck." So to get in the truck, he had to push it towards the front of the cab. So at this point, the kid's like, he gets on the back of the truck, starts pushing it with everything he's got. He's snotting, he's crying, he's cussing at it, he's angry, he's pushing that bag of feed. And the owner's like, "Hey, you need to help him." He said, "No, you get that seed in that truck like I told you." And the owner's like, "My God, why is he talking to his son like this?" And so the kid's still crying and sneezing. He's pushing it and he's pushing it, and he finally gets it to the front of the cab. You know what the kid starts doing? He starts laughing. He starts laughing. "I did it, Dad. I did it." And he's like, "Great job, son. I'm really proud of you." And the owner's just like, ugh. And the dad turns around to the owner and says, "If I had done that for him, he would have learned nothing. But because he now knows that when he struggles to keep going and to learn what failure is and to keep going, He's learned a valuable lesson. That's why single mothers don't work as parents. You allow your kids to fail and stop because you're right behind them helicopter parenting. Don't do that to my son. Don't do him like that. He's little. Don't do that. That's where the dad comes in and goes, hey, he's got this. Let him do it. There you go. That's why it don't work. They don't understand when they grow up responsibility of anything. They are allowed to quit every time they want to. That's why I have so many 20-somethings come to work for me, come to work with me, and quit after a week. I had 3 guys in less than a month filling the exact same position. As soon as it got hard, they quit. And from talking to them while we're working, they had been through several jobs in just a short amount of time. And people can argue with me, but you can see it in life. Sorry, it don't work. Advice for someone who's kicked social skills, or who lacks social skills, just build themselves on the things you mentioned earlier. Yes. If you want social skills, it depends on what you're wanting social skills for. If you want social skills with men, you need to talk to more men. You need to learn how men operate. Talk to more men. Learn how they talk to each other, because they don't talk to each other nice. Learn to stop getting your feelings hurt when you're talking to them. Learn to open up conversations with other dudes and not be scared of it. And you'll start to develop that. Now, when it comes to women, it's almost the same angle but different. Talk to more women. Come up with a way to have a conversation with a female. Don't matter where they are. Just as long as they're not at the gym. Don't bother them at the gym. But if you see one at the grocery store, make a conversation. You know what I mean? Just make a conversation. Thank you, positivity. But that's the only way you're going to get better. Just like trial and error in life, same way in dating and friendships. And once you're able to get a group of guys together that you trust, it gets so much better in life. You'll start to figure out that you each bring something to the table differently. And you're all building each other up. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of it. If you've got people in your group that aren't helping you, then you're spinning wheels. You're not getting better. Just like Richard Cooper says, if you're in a friend group of 5 idiots, you're the 6th. Okay? Group of 5 idiots, you're the 6th. Hey man, do you cycle exogenous hormones? I don't even know what that means. Hit a flex, huge dude. Well, I won't hit a flex, but I'll tell you about this light that I just installed. There's this light over here, and if you look at the light, it shines off the disco ball, and it shines off disco ball, and then it shines down on me. Because your video's popping on my For You page, I went down the red pill rabbit hole. Awesome. Awesome. I tend to listen to those guys going to work in the morning. If I've just completed an Audible book, because I probably read like 5 or 6 books a year or more on Audible. And if I run out of those, I will get on like Donovan Sharp and Kevin Samuels and Richard Cooper and Rollo Tomasi and all those guys' videos and watch them kind of collabing with each other. What's the other guy? It's a guy from Miami. He's younger, but he's still pretty good. He don't take no crap from nobody. Oh, the Fresh and Fit guys. I like them. So if they do like a 3-hour live stream, I'll just listen to it a little bit each time I'm driving. I do Audible also, but you just said I read it. Yeah, I had it read aloud to me, and I took the knowledge in. I should say, I listen and comprehend 5 or 6 books a year. But also, I like Jack Donovan's books. Now, I haven't had time to listen to his actual videos. He kind of fell out of rotation because I read all of his books. I listen to podcasts like Fresh and Fit while working out. Music doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm running out of music. Like, I'm starting to listen to like these really hardcore remixes because I'm running out of music. So, if you guys got any really good, lists of music, let me know. How to get a better group of guy friends? Just work on yourself and talk to other guys? Yes, because see, I'm still trying to do that. They keep rotating out. I keep having to get rid of dead ends. So I'm still kind of inputting this guy here, taking this guy out here, inputting this group here, taking this group out here, and dipping out of situations. So that's the only way you're going to figure guys out, is to keep talking to them and find out which ones are worth talking to. Okay? Could be anybody too. It could be a guy that you ignore at the gym and you don't ever say anything to, or maybe a guy at work that you don't ever say anything to, but hey, as you're going by, that may be a good guy for your group. Original words about going bald young, 25 and it hurts. My brother's about the same way. He started balding a lot earlier than me. And I would just say, embrace it, dude. I don't care. I shaved my head. And when I shaved my head, I started looking a lot more aggressive. Like, people, like when I grew my beard out just, randomly at the same time that I started shaving my head. And people were like, dude, you look mean. You look mean. Because my resting bee face is like this. See that? And so people thought that was my regular expression, that I was actually like that. So embrace it, man. Shave that stuff off. Get a tan when you shave it. Start getting a tan so you don't have any spots. And embrace it, dude. All this is premeditated. You think I woke up like this? All this is premeditated. Do you have any lifelong guy friends, like someone you've known since childhood? I have friends like that, but the problem is I grow, they don't. So a lot of them just kind of fell off because I live in a small town and a lot of these guys still cling to the old books. They still cling to the old books of thinking. I'm going to get out of school. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to get married and have a bunch of kids. Now, that's great. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. But they get the same job they've always had their whole life. They don't really do anything. They don't really grow at all. They're just, bam, settled, done. And me, like, I'm constantly doing something new. Like, I constantly have a new hobby. I constantly have something new that I'm doing in life. And so I'm not stagnant. I don't settle. So you have to get somebody that's more to that lifestyle. And the problem with that is those guys are doing the same thing. So they are running around doing new hobbies, trying all this stuff. And so that's where you get those random meets of guys where you see them out while you're doing something and start up a conversation, and then you kind of get the friends going. Well, that's not too bad as long as they're working right. Yeah, I mean, if that's what they want to do, fine. That just ain't my thing. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to make more. I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to be more. What did you say earlier for girls to not get into relationships or just don't get into a serious one? No, I was talking about guys when I said that. I was talking about guys. Guys shouldn't get in a serious relationship or even entertain one until at least 30. And my reasoning is statistics and also the fact that men don't have anything really to offer in a long-term relationship up until that point. I mean, well, we want love. We want this, that, and other. Yeah, but if he's still trying to go to college, if he's still trying to get his money right, if he's still trying to buy a house and all this kind of stuff, he's not there. He's not there. And he hasn't even matured physically yet. He hasn't. I did not look like this at 21. No, not at all. I didn't look like this at 26. So that's more the reason. I didn't have the money and the resources and the connections that I have now then at all. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about boys don't know how to be men. That's another reason why I say, wait, you need to learn your social skills. My homies have girlfriends and they're wondering when I'm a being one. Keep rotations. Good job. Some claps, some hearts, some people spurging out. But the dating pool, and another one of the reasons I say to wait until 30, the dating pool that you're in is so saturated with men throwing themselves at women. Would you rather compete at 30 when you got your mind right, your game right, your resources right, your body right for these younger girls? Or would you rather compete when you're 25, driving a car your mom bought you, working your first job with no real liquid assets, you don't know how to dress yourself, you think that buying Supreme is still cool? You see what I'm saying? And you look like every other freaking kid. You look like every other kid because you're still following the same little trends that goes around. So therefore, the girls can't even tell the difference in you. The girls don't even know the difference in you. You're another guy that's DMing her behind 1,200 other guys. That's not high value. The high value dude is the one that has all the things I just mentioned when he's 30 or more, and he never has to say anything except, hey. Would you rather play a game when you had all the pieces or play them when you was missing some? Do you play checkers with all the black pieces missing? Or do you wait till you get a new set of checkers that's got all of them? Would you rather talk to a girl when you were driving a 2020 or when you were driving a 2000? When you're 30% body fat or 10? I mean, you're not maximizing yourself at that point. You're not maximizing yourself. Mid-30s and online dating is still the same even though the guys are older. Well, that's the problem with online dating. I'm going to tell you women why online dating is lying to you. It's lying to you. Here we go. You ready? All right. So, ugly guys, stop online dating. It doesn't work for them. It doesn't work. They get on there, it doesn't work, they get off. They get on there, it doesn't work, they get off. If you're a 6 as a guy or below, you have no chance with girls on online dating. None. Unless you're just going to put in your bio, I got 7 figures, period. You got nothing. Okay? Because the 8 through 10 guys, the top 20% to 10% of guys, they're running the game on the dating apps. Bam, 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 bam. And what they're doing is they're running their numbers up. They're running their body count up because they can. And what it does is it lies to the women on the dating app. They start to believe, the average woman starts to believe that they've got a chance with the top 20% dudes because they slept with them. You never had a chance. You never had a chance to win the race. You never had your car. That famous saying from Fast and Furious, you never had me. You never had your car. That's what that top 10% of dudes is saying when they hit ghost. Wish there was a button. Ghost. That's what they're saying. You never had me. And so they keep doing that, and it happens 10 to 15 times to a girl, and she can't figure out what's going on. All I attract in life is jerks. That's where that comes from. So that's why I'd say if you're a girl and you're doing online dating, just don't, because it gives you unrealistic expectations, just like social media does with likes, on what you can actually attract. And that's not being mean, that's being real with you. Okay, but what's your opinion on dating outside of your own race and dating other races? I don't really have an opinion, but I'll tell you what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening big time. There's a certain ethnic group of guys that is learning that they like white girls. And that top 10% of those ethnic guys, that's all they want to date. So then that kicks those ethnic girls right out of that group even further. Because, LeBron James, no, he ain't. He ain't doing that. Migos? No, they ain't doing that. Tiger? No. Tiger Woods? No. But, I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't care. You ain't affecting me. So I don't care. And if you guys know how to set my camera up where it doesn't automatically stop recording, let me know. I've got one of these EOS Rebels, the T something eyes, and I'm still trying to figure it out, but it stops recording after so long. You're right, Emerald. It's happening big time. And if you look at Donovan Sharp's videos, he'll tell you all about it. He'll tell you all about what's happening. And it's about to happen on The Bachelor, and it's going to be a rough time. So you date the old-fashioned way. What's the old-fashioned way? What's your necklace? It is a Viking Compass. See? Viking Compass. To go with my horn mug. And I'm trying to set up an appointment to get a new tattoo. I got the wolf right here, but I want to continue on the back side with Fenrir and the compass. You've probably seen it. If you Pinterest tattoos, you'll see the Fenrir wolf with the compass right here, right on the elbow. I want to do that with a little bit of red and black on there. And then I'm going to keep it going. Let's go. Not online dating. No, don't do it. Unless you look like Jason Statham's wife, don't do online dating. Meeting people face to face. Oh, is that what you're talking about, online or old-fashioned dating? Meeting people face to face? I don't do that anymore. I'm married. But I still know the game, because the game don't change. Well, don't let me say that. The game does change, but guys adapt. What'd you say the username was? Diamond Sharp. Oh, Donovan Sharp. My country's coming out. Donovan Sharp. He's a really good YouTuber. You'll see him. He's on here too. You seem very real. I'm a real as they are, real as they get. First name realest, last name ever. Longest relationship you've been in? Oh, I've been in some long ones. I've been in some short ones, long ones, and some hey, how you doing, see you laters. Some have been several years. Some have been, all right, have a good game. You know, he's getting low on the rear. Good game. See you later. But yeah, many a relationship and non-relationships. Many. And it wasn't for lack of trying to get my own way. I'll tell you what, the reason that I have so much knowledge on this stuff is because I did all the wrong things. I did all the wrong things growing up. I made every single mistake you could make in life and dating. That's why when I studied all of this, I knew what not to do. How old are you? I'm going to try to tell you without taking my shoes off, but 33. You got to use your toes sometime. I am 33. So I haven't even reached my max potential as a man physically yet. And they try to say, you know, oh, it's a midlife crisis. You know, when those guys start buying the sports car at 35, dating the 20-year-old. What the hell's wrong with that? Tell you right now. You know why he can? Because he's got money, resources, and assets. He never had those in his 20s. That's why he's doing it. But you really don't peak out as a man until around 35 to 37. And it really starts declining slowly if you're taking care of yourself. So, I mean, if you maxed your body out and kept it that way, you can look really good in your 50s. All the way up to your 60s and 70s if you're doing it right. I mean, guys can live to be around 80 nowadays. So, I mean, did you ever say if you went to college or not? I did some online college for the jobs that I wanted at the time. You know how you do like online college courses to do like the credits and all that stuff? It wasn't anything serious. School was not for me. School was not for me. Okay? And the reason I say that is because if you'll notice a lot of other guys that are really successful in life, I'm not trying to say that I'm really successful, but those guys that are really successful in life, they weren't good in school. They saw the fallacies in the school system. We don't sit down in rows to learn. We learn with these, man. We learn with these. That's how we learn. So we don't learn by sitting down having somebody else tell us about things we don't need to know. We learn by being put in the situation and then being taught about it. That's why you have seen a sharp decline in college for men versus women. Women nowadays, I think it's at like 60 or 70% female. I think it's jumped up to that now, that are getting degrees over men. What does that tell you? They're opting out. They're opting out of the schooling. It's not working. We need to change things. But you got these big money machines that they call colleges that you pay tuition to. Guys are figuring out they don't need it. Guys are making 6 figures driving backhoes. The thing's got GPSs on them now. Guys are making 6 or 7 figures contracting. Guys are making 6 or 7 figures at home with their computer in their pajamas. School's obsolete. You got to change it up or die, man. And so females are getting all the degrees. They're getting these big jobs, and it's not benefiting them because you're degreeing yourself and promoting yourself right out of your dating marketplace. Because it's not that you don't have the assets to date the guys that you're wanting to date, which is the top 10%. You don't have the skills to date them. I've been saying that for a long time. College, waste of time. Everybody's been saying it, and yet they still freaking do it. I hate school. You know, you've heard that since the 80s. I hate school. But we still make our kids go. Our future isn't going to have a lot of smart people because no one wants to go to college or learn. Not true. Our future is not going to have a lot of smart people because people aren't learning anything in school. And if you don't believe me, you should hear some of the conversations that I have with my kids. They don't know anything about anything. But I'm going to wrap this up. And I hope you guys like this first video. I'm going to keep these going, try to do them once a week. Battery's dying on the camera. But I hope you guys like the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you add my YouTube channel, Amish Fitness. Add my TikTok, Amish Wisdom. Same thing on Instagram. Have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you later.